my brother. This is something he's been waiting for.
She walked into Buckingham Palace as a duchess. She's leaving as queen, and Camilla has vanished from the royal record. In a stunning turn no one saw coming, Kate Middleton has officially taken the throne, while Queen Camilla's title has been revoked without warning. This isn't just a royal reshuffle. It's a complete rewriting of the monarchy's future. What happened behind palace walls that triggered such a dramatic shift? Was it public pressure, a hidden clause in Queen Elizabeth's will, or something far more personal? Tonight, we uncover the whispers, the power plays, and the one secret meeting that changed everything. Stay with us. What you're about to hear will shake your understanding of the crown forever. Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. It began not with a royal trumpet or a sweeping public address, but with a quiet shuffle behind gilded palace doors. There were no sweeping camera pans of Buckingham Palace lit up in celebration, no grand royal banquet, and no balcony appearance. Instead, there was silence. A silence so loud it echoed across the United Kingdom, ricocheting through the corridors of power, tradition, and bloodline. In that silence came the thunderous implication: a seismic shift had just taken place within the most recognizable monarchy on earth. The woman the public knew as the Duchess of Cambridge had just assumed a throne. Catherine Elizabeth Middleton was now Queen of the United Kingdom and head of the Commonwealth. Not Queen Consort. Not a ceremonial figure. The Queen. And the woman many expected to hold that title, Camilla, had been quietly, yet forcefully, stripped of it. No one predicted this. No one even imagined it was constitutionally possible. But it happened. And as stunned citizens and global media outlets scrambled to understand what had just unfolded, a single question began dominating every screen, conversation, and headline. How did Kate Middleton, a commoner-turned-duchess, manage to rise above Camilla, the wife of the sitting king, and claim the throne? To understand this moment, one must first step back, not to the wedding aisle where Kate promised her life to Prince William, not even to the tragic night in Paris when Diana's car crashed under the Pont de l'Alma tunnel, but further. One must reach back into the traditions, tensions, and betrayals that define the royal family's past century. This is not a story merely about succession. This is a story about power, influence, legacy, and secrets long buried beneath royal stone. Kate Middleton's rise wasn't a random twist of fate. It was years, perhaps decades, in the making. Some say it began when Queen Elizabeth quietly started mentoring her, inviting her to private meetings that even senior royals were excluded from. Others claim it was Princess and who laid the foundation for Kate's leadership, slowly sowing seeds of discontent against Camilla's public image and private conduct. Still others whisper that Diana herself had a premonition of this outcome and made subtle moves while she was alive to guide it into motion. Regardless of who seeded the possibility, the reality is now irreversible. Camilla, once elevated controversially to the title of Queen Consort, has been dethroned, her name wiped from official ceremonies, her title removed from public documents, her influence within the firm reduced to a ceremonial whisper. And in her place stands a woman who began her life outside the walls of nobility, outside the sphere of influence, and certainly outside the line of royal succession. Catherine Middleton is not just a monarch by marriage. She is now, in the eyes of many, a monarch by destiny. But how did we get here? What mechanisms allowed this unprecedented reshuffling of royal hierarchy? And why now? To answer those questions, we must examine what insiders are calling the most complex and coordinated succession plan in modern royal history. Sources close to the palace refer to it not as a coup, but a correction, a course change demanded by Queen Elizabeth's unfulfilled final wishes and executed in the shadow of political and public pressure. Royal aides, constitutional experts, and family confidants have begun leaking the blueprint of a plan that had been discussed quietly behind closed doors for years. One that had been drafted, redrafted, hidden away, and then rediscovered in the days following Queen Elizabeth's passing. A plan that many believe she deliberately buried for the right moment to arise. But the moment never came while she was alive, so others made sure it came after her death. Some traced the tipping point back to a heated argument between King Charles and his sister, Princess Anne, a conversation so bitter it led to weeks of silence between the two. Others claim the moment Camilla crossed a royal line came not from her past with Charles, but from a more recent, disturbing revelation involving the next generation of royals, specifically the young heirs, George, Charles,